This video, we're going to learn how to use Google Spreadsheets to create graphs. So we go to the apps and we choose Sheets, and then in the bottom right hand corner we'll see a plus sign, and we click on the plus sign and that creates a new sheet for us. Now I'm going to start off with a generic XY, but then I'm going to change this to a plot of temperature as a function of time. So the independent variable is your x-axis and the dependent variable is the y-axis. So I'm just going to throw in a few values here, and I'm going to change the slope here. Let me just start this one at 5, and I'm going to rise this one by 3 units. Now I'm going to make it 4 units. Whoops, that wasn't 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. Let me see if I can get that mouse to work. And now if I increase this, this is going up at a rate of 4 to 1, so the slope will be 4. Now in Google Sheets you can highlight the labels, but don't do that in Excel. I'm going to go over here and go Insert Chart, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I get a chart here, and the chart will be the last thing that I had used. And you might see a line chart, who knows what you'll see. What I want you to do is go down to a scatter plot and actually just scatter the data. And your real data is going to have scatter in it, okay? These are perfect line functions. Now, what we need to do is customize the plot, and we can do that in the chart editor. And incidentally, if you ever lose the chart editor, you just click inside of the chart itself, click the 3 buttons, and go to Edit Chart. And so we're going to customize this, and the first thing we want to do is we want to add a trend line. So we go to series. Now this chart only has one series of data. I could have additional series, and those would be labeled in different colors. And what I want to do is I want to add a trend line which does a best fit and minimize, and this is a straight line minimizing the distance between the actual data and the values. And incidentally, now what I want to do is show the equation. So I go to the label and I go use equation. Now I see that the slope of this line is 4 and the y-intercept is 1 because the y-axis went up at a rate of 4 while the x-axis went up at a rate of 1. And I also want to include show the r squared. The closer r squared is to 1, the better you finish the data. This is perfect data because I made linear functions. Okay, now what I need to do though is we're not going to plot y versus x. We're going to plot real stuff. So let's go to the, let's see, where are the titles? If you close this, it's easy to see things. So I'm going to go to chart, axis, and title, and I'm going to go first to the title. I'm going to say temperature as a function of time. Okay, so how does the temperature change over time? This could be a heating curve or a cooling curve. Okay, and now I want to go and I want to change the axes. So let me first do the horizontal, which is the x, and that will be the time, the independent variable, and you always must include units. You'll lose points if you don't include units. And now I go to the vertical axis, and that is my temperature. Okay. And that has units of, let's just say, Kelvin. Okay. All right, now that I've got my axis titles, notice that I don't go through, the graph doesn't go down to the y-intercept. And we know the y-intercept is 1. So let's go below the y-intercept. So let's go to the horizontal axis, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the minimum value. So let's just make the minimum value -2. See how that looks, okay? That's a little larger than we want. Let's just do -1. That looks good. Now notice that I have my major grid lines, and just for this one, I'm going to want a minor grid line at every increment. Video, we're going to learn how okay? Or actually, why don't I do it every increment on the y-axis and every half increment on the x-axis? So go down here to grid lines, and let's see, where is that minor grid? Okay, I'm on the vertical axis first. So what I want to do is on the vertical axis, I'm going to have 9 minor grid lines. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I have a number 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, number 20. And now I'm going to go over to the x, and I'm going to do mine on the half values. So I'm going to go 0.51, 1.5. So I'm going to need 3. Okay, and now I have minor grid lines and major grid lines on values where wherever these cross, it means something, okay? All right, let's see. What did I forget here? This looks like it's pretty much what we need. And I hope this helps. Thank you.